Hermit Ducks, it's Simon. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. Wow, I wasn't expecting to be on again so quickly after last night. But you'll remember I got some custom cards and I got one yesterday. And actually on midweek, you can go down to the sorting office very early, 7 a.m. There was a bit of a queue. But I went down before work, and the deck that was waiting for me is the Antiquities of Magick Oracle, and I'm so excited to receive this. So this is by the fabulous Jillian Wilde, who did the Naked Heart Tarot. Now Jillian was the first creator ever to send me a deck. Not the first person to offer, that was Arthur Wang with the True Black Tarot, but that took about 13-14 months to actually come to fruition after being asked, and I was blown away because I was a very, very small channel back then. But in between that time, Jillian reached out to me, and I was a very small channel, but she really liked my reviews and things, my walkthroughs, and she offered to send me the Naked Heart, which I was extremely grateful for. So it was the first time I ever received a deck from a creator, and that was special. Anyway, again, Jillian reached out with her new deck and asked if she could send me a copy, and I've graciously accepted. And I'm really excited about it. I've only seen one walkthrough of this, which was my lovely friend Jen Rodriguez from Jen's Balanced Tarot, and I just fell in love with it. Again, I did, and I won't do it this time, I promise, but I did a really lengthy review the other day when I was doing a walkthrough of the Moonlight Oracle, which is an oracle deck based on tarot imagery and tarot symbols. And this deck, which is the Antiquities of Magick Oracle, Volume 1, which indicates to me that there's going to be further volumes. I hope so, because that makes me very excited. But this is traditional tarot symbols. So I'm wondering what will be in future volumes. But yeah, really excited about it. So I haven't opened it or anything yet. I love the packaging. I love this wood effect. It's like, I've got lots of boxes. As you know, I'm into my wooden boxes. And this looks like a lovely wooden box that you'd keep cards in. So really love it. And there's like a book spine on this side as well. Let's crack open the cellophane and take a look. But I will also read the back of the box. And even on the side, it says Volume 1. So lovely packaging, really like it. It's a nice size box. I've got a cold drink today because it's suddenly very warm again in the UK. I thought summer was done, but today is really hot. Anyway, so as we know, this is a symbol-based deck based on tarot symbology. And it says here, Antiquities of Magick Oracle, a 54 card deck and detailed guidebook. Brilliant. And I do find I find guidebooks useful anyway, and I'd recommend, even if you're proficient at reading tarot or oracle decks, to always read the guidebook, because somebody's put a lot of time and effort into creating a guidebook, and particularly when they give you insights to symbols. I mean, we might see the moon or whatever, or a heart, and great, we can read that intuitively, but it's always interesting to find out what the artist's interpretation is. So Volume 1 is traditional tarot symbols, and I love this as the S. This is almost like a sigil, this S. I'll try and zoom in on that. And it's the same with the Antiquities. The S is this stick with, and it kind of reminds me of Pamela Coleman-Smith's signature, like on my arm here, this line with the squiggles. So I really like it. So it says, symbols act act as clues that help guide our personal growth. Learn and explore the sacred language of the universe. Enhance your intuition and connection to self. Use this deck to create a more magical and meaningful understanding of life. So, read your oracle, enhance your tarot readings, and that's how I use oracle decks. Develop and strengthen your intuition. Learn the traditional tarot symbols. Build your symbolic dictionary. Create and set magical intentions. Reflect upon your dreams. So this is really multifunctional, isn't it? I'm probably going to pull the blind because it's casting shadows from things on my desk. So, and I don't want that to happen, or for the images to be spoiled. But love this this box. So bear with while I just pull the blind so that we've not got these shadows being cast. Okay, so that's a little better. So on the inside here, in this beautiful pink on black, it says, when we create space from our fears and surrender, the universe shows us everything. Magic and miracles are yours to receive, Jillian. And I love that. It kind of reminds me of a Paulo Coelho quote from The Alchemist about how the universe responds, you know, particularly if we have that desire to know things, and we have that inquisitive sort of mind where we want answers from the universe. So I really like that. So we have a little ribbon here, so that helps us. Oh wow, they're a lot smaller than I was imagining with a box this size. And I know, like I say, I've seen gens, but yeah, I was quite surprised. Oh, they're edged in black. That saves me a job. And I quite like this size. They're kind of Lenormand size, maybe a little bit bigger than Lenormand. I guess this would be bridge size. Yeah, I think bridge size. But if I get a playing card, actually something like pagan playing cards, yeah, they're perhaps just a little bit more. So I think they're probably what we call bridge size, but they're nice. And I love this. This has that rose petal rubbery feel. So it protects the cards. It's not harsh, it's very soft. So packaging, 10 out of 10. Love this. Really love it. So we'll pop that there. So we have the book, Jillian C. Wilde. Love her. And you know, she is one of the loveliest people. Always a pleasure to interact with her. Really nice, generous person. Very approachable. I contacted her just to let her know that I was a bit concerned because it was over a month ago. She said she was posting it, hadn't arrived. And I have had some issues recently with delivery people saying they've delivered and they haven't. So something with Scylla Conway has happened. So I just wanted to know. And she says, don't worry, it's still in transit. And it's arrived today. So a lovely person, really lovely person. The Antiquities of Magick Oracle Guidebook. It is in black and white, which isn't a problem at all. I love that there's a section here for you to put your own thoughts and a link to the RWS. Oh, I love it, love it. So let's have a look what we get. So this is 2019, although I think it's only been released this year. Dedicated to those who continue to light the way through the darkness. One love, one light. Oh, lovely. One love, one light. We've got all of our symbols here. I'll just read a little bit so it gives you the the premise. So I started working on this deck when I was in a really happy place. My life felt good and I had everything I thought I ever wanted. The download for this deck came instantly. It was super clear to me what I was going to create. I believe when the universe offers ideas or clues to our path and we choose to accept it, the universe will show us the way, and it did. Ideas and inspiration kept flooding to me, and I followed the little breadcrumbs that were being laid out. I was blissfully enjoying learning and creating the symbols. Everything about this deck felt light and cheerful. Wow, so that almost sounds like, you know, channeling that that sort of information from the universe to create the symbols in this deck. When life took an unexpected turn, my long-term relationship fell apart. I ended up separated and without my art studio. I had to let go of my home, my new baby kittens, and my partner. My heart was devastated. When I am devastated, I cannot create. Inspiration does not flow easily to me. I do not relate to the martyr artist at all. I actually feel very cut off from who I am. Without my creativity flowing, I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to finish this project, and the universe would take the idea and give it to someone else who could. I was scared. When life is going great, I trust the signs, I trust the symbols and messages I receive. But when life gets really tough for me, I find myself reaching out and begging the universe to send me signs, symbols, and God shots. Some sort of clarity, reasoning, something to hang on to give me hope. I find myself pleading for reassurance to know I have not been forgotten. The problem is when I am begging for messages, that means my faith is also wavering. So when I do get the messages from the universe, I do not always see them, fully trust them, my intuition or my interpretation of their meaning. The messages don't serve me as well as they could, and I feel very lost. So it took her a few months later when Joy started to return to her life. So she's really talking through the process here of how, you know, going through an ordeal, which a breakup is a huge ordeal, let's be honest. How that kind of halted her process, but then things happen. I felt hated by the universe. I pleaded for some understanding. I didn't feel like I was getting any messages of significance, which made me feel very even more alone. I felt like my relationship with the universe was broken until one night I was standing outside, lost in thought and sadness, and an owl flew over my head. At that moment, my heart filled with love and joy. I had deepened realization that the universe is always talking to us. The language it speaks is old and it is filled with wisdom. I knew I was going to be okay, even if I was feeling, even if that feeling didn't last, it lifted me. And it was in this moment that I realized I wish I could trust myself and the message of the universe with unwavering faith and knowledge when things are good and when they are rough. I knew this relationship that needed some love and attending to. And then she just goes on to say, I hope this deck brings your life even more depth, meaning and trust in your path, especially when things feel hard. I hope you never feel alone. There is love here for you. And that's a beautiful, beautiful message. And how better to receive the message from somebody who's been through those things, you know, themselves. So here's our table of content. So we have the introduction, about the Antiquities of Magick Oracle, why symbols are important, Volume 1, which is what this is, traditional tarot symbols, cleansing the cards, shuffling and cutting, asking the cards about the paper, working with Antiquities of Magick Oracle, working with the deck, enhance your intuition and symbolic dictionary, history of the symbol, Oracle and Antiquities of Magick, Tarot and Antiquities of Magick, learning the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, incantations, spell creation, dream work. Wow, it's all here. And then we start with symbols at 23 right to 133, which then goes into divination and spreads, dedication, resources, and about Jillian herself, which is right at the back. She obviously a very humble person. Yeah, so there's lots of, if we look at the cards in particular, we've got Leaf, which represents cycles, growth, decay, change, gathering. There is an incantation here, which is like an affirmation. I am growing into something more, something that we can keep in our mind, something that we can recite throughout the day. If we pull one of these cards in the morning, you know, we can take that incantation with us. Then it links to the RWS tarot cards. So the Fool, the Hanged Man, the Moon, the Suit of Wands, the Ace of Swords. Here, oh, well, that's the previous page. So we turn over. So we have the history of the leaf symbol, and then the oracle message about the leaf as well. And here we can write our own thoughts. I love this. This is broken down beautifully. So keywords, an incantation, how it relates to the RWS tarot cards, your own intuitive thoughts about pulling this card, the history of the leaf, I think, is brilliant, and then the oracle message. So for the history, it says the leaf is symbolic of both renewal and hope when green in colour, and represents death, sadness and sorrow once the leaf starts to decay. Leaves are a reminder of human mortality and represent the natural cycles of life and the changing of the internal and external seasons. Love it. Fresh green leaves symbolise good fortune, happiness and prosperity. A bushel of leaves represents gathering together in light of a common purpose. And then you get your oracle message. This is great. This is a fantastic book. So, and here, you know, we've got spells, dream work. So how to use the deck in multiple ways. Incantations. So how to work with oracle and how to work with tarot, as you can see here in this image. History of the symbol. There's so much in this. This book is 142 pages. And I just love how this is laid out. And then there's some spreads at the back. So card a day, trust the universe spread, 3 cards, and then relationship spread, 10 cards, and then spell work here, which is brilliant. I love this as well. Ethics, do not harm, never impinge on someone else's free will. Yeah, don't put a spell on people to fall in love with you. So we all need free will on that one. So yeah, let's have a look at the deck then. Love the backs. Beautiful. Let's have a drink. I've done a lot of talking there. So really beautiful backs. In fact, really beautiful backs. I love it. Not reversible, but you know, I didn't see anything in the book about reversals either. This is a deck of symbols. Love that these are edged. Beautiful. And then here, now this is quite difficult to read because it's got like a shadow effect on it, so it's a little bit blurry. So my eyes, let me have a go. This deck has been set with the healing intention of connecting you with the ancient wisdom of symbols. May it help deepen your relationship with self and the universe. All the answers you seek are mirrored in the divine. I am glad we found each other. Love, Jillian. That's beautiful. Actually, it wasn't as difficult to read as I thought it might be. And look at how stunning this card is. Cardstock is wonderful. They are matte. They have a lovely feel to them. Really soft. And yeah, let's have a zoom in and have a look. So it looks like we have, is it Latin underneath? Angels, angelus. Let's go to the, I don't know if it tells you actually. So we have unconditional love, protection, guidance, compassion, celestial communication, which are all keywords associated with angel. The incantation is, I unconditionally love myself no matter what, now and always. And it links with the lovers, of course, the Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, Judgment, Queen of Swords. Lovely. We have Armor, which is about protection, shielding, courage, strength, etc. Bench. I love the footprints. Look at the footprints by the bench. So for bench, we have rest, judgment, contemplation. Definitely contemplation for me. There's nothing I like more, especially if there's a fantastic view in front of me and I sit on a bench and look out. Oh, I love it. It's where we make our decisions, assessments. Wow, that really stands out. The beautiful teal blue and the shadow effect behind really makes that pop. So bird is higher knowledge, freedom, perspective, imagination, and it's about messages. We've got this, you know, like our carrier pigeons, I suppose, where birds used to take messages. With this scroll, can't get over how beautiful these cards feel. So we have Blindfold here with the little nose underneath. So this is about blind faith, having a clouded vision. And then when we have that clouded vision, you know, if our eyes are covered, then we have to rely on our instincts, don't we? And things that are unseen. So again, going within. The bull, loving the symbols as well. So power, strength, protection, procreation, balance. So, oh, actually, I was thinking perhaps the Emperor might be linked here, but it's the Wheel of Fortune, the World, and the King of Pentacles. I get that. King of Pentacles energy. Butterfly, rebirth, transition, new phase, and then hopes, wishes, and morphing. Yeah, because when you think of that chrysalis, that metamorphosis stage before becoming God, isn't the artwork just stunning in this deck? So this is castle, fantasy, you know, once upon a time, soul guardianship, alignment, mercy. We have chain, which is bond, link, restriction, tie, withheld. I'm sure we can all guess which RWS card this links with, right? The bondage one. Interesting, the symbols at the end. So here we have the symbol for earth. So I wonder if that's about earthly desires and attachment to the material. Here we have the round, which is spirit, which is polar opposite, really. Love that. And then we have air sign here and the clouds. So for clouds we have thoughts, mood, idea, epiphany, divine connection. So many cards here that it links to in the tarot: the Lovers, the Wheel of Fortune, the Tower, Judgment, the World, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, Four of Cups, Seven of Cups, Ace of Swords, Three of Swords, Five of Swords, Page of Swords, King of Swords, and Ace of Pentacles. We have Coffin, which is reincarnation, resurrection. These flowers as well. Other worlds, passage, crown. So crown is mastery, victory, accomplishment, status, transcendence. Dog, companionship, isn't it? Without even looking, it's about companionship. Yeah, well, loyalty, companionship, trust, friendship, comfort. I'm loving this deck, loving it. And with the size, it's so portable. I'm going to throw this in my rucksack and really work with this. So feather, messages. We often talk about, you know, people find feathers and they see that more than anything that they find in their path. You know, feathers seem to be often seen as a message from the other side, some communication, higher knowing, spiritual connection, faith, sacred journey. We have fire. Fire is expansion. It's also transformation, purification, passion, destruction. It's the devil, the tower, and the element of the wands, of course, because, you know, the wands represent fire. And then here we have fish. Once you get used to that symbol as being an S, you can quickly read the word. Subconscious, intuition, emotions, fertility, and luck. Beautiful purple colour. Then we have a flag, which is territorial, advancement, devotion, protection, alliance. Oh, look at that. How beautiful is that? Flower bouquet. So that's spirituality, the path. It's bliss, unity, life and creation. And it's the Four of Wands and the Six of Cups. I love the colours. Set against this kind of sepia background, these really burst. So this is the globe, which is humanity. It's our home. It's home to humanity. Shared desires, experiences, similarities and differences. We have grapes, offering, manifestation, immortality, eternity, temperance. And grapes also, you know, particularly over here in British culture, grapes is something that we take to people when they're feeling unwell. So, you know, when you go to hospital, they don't allow you to take flowers anymore because of contamination and things like that. But grapes always seem to be something you take people because they're high in sugar, but healthy sugar. They're natural sugar. And it's to help get people's strength up. So I kind of will add that in as well. 3 of Cups, 4 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and King of Pentacles. And then we have the hammer, up at the lightning strike. This is about justice. So a bit like the judge's hammer, destruction, creation, you know. The hammer can destroy, but it can also create. And liberation. 3 of Pentacles and 8 of Pentacles. Hand, I really like that. Reaching out, it's a helping hand, isn't it? That offering of support. When you reciprocate, reciprocity. Why can't I say that word? Reciprocity. To reciprocate. Communication, healing, creation, divine energy. Yes, it also reminds me of the Michelangelo, is it the Hand of God or something like that, I think it's called, in the Sistine Chapel. Here we have our heart, very usual kind of Jillian style heart. Truth, courage, love, sorrow, soul. And it's the Empress and of course the 3 of Swords. Here we have horse, gorgeous horse as well. Freedom, victory, stamina, power. They are powerful beasts, aren't they? And possibilities. It's the Death card. It's the Sun card. Both, you know, horses appear in both those major arcana. One ridden by Death himself, the other by the naked baby in the Sun card. 6 of Wands, Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. It's going to be all the Knight cards, isn't it? Look at the horses running at the bottom as well. I love the little details. Here we have house. It's like a children's dollhouse, isn't it? But look at the little birds sitting on the roof. So this is soul. The house is the soul, isn't it? Family, familiarity, internal workings, levels of consciousness. It's the 2 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, 10 of Wands, 2 of Cups, 6 of Cups. Definitely the 10 of Cups. Wow, ice. So this is when you're stuck or stagnant or feeling isolated, like an iceberg, I suppose, on its own in a vast ocean. Blocked, suppressed. So this is the Fool, it's the Hermit, the Tower, and Judgment. We have Key. We have the lock and key there, which is about secrets unlocked, revealed, exposed, free and open. And there's only one RWS here, and it's the Hierophant. And I suppose that's right, you know, the crossed keys, heaven and earth, the connection between the two, you know, how one can be connected to the other. The incantation for this is I am continuous source of inspiration, revealing new ideas and answers all the time. So, you know, keys are symbolic, aren't they? Of granting people access to other areas, you know, that you might sometimes feel yourself locked out of, you know, that aren't accessible to you. So here we have lantern, which is guidance, remembrance. It's the divine light, transition, internal spirit. One card, which is the hermit, of course. And this is such a beautiful lantern. I just love the artwork. Jillian, this deck, I'm going to get so much use out of this. So we have leaf. We looked at leaf earlier, didn't we? And again, green leaves. If you look at the history, fresh green leaves symbolize good fortune, happiness, and prosperity. But this is about cycles, because leaves aren't always green, you know? They grow and then they decay and they change, they fall away, you know, and during the autumn we trample them underfoot, but then spring comes, new buds, new life. So it's that cycle. And leaves really represent the cycle really well. And then we have lily. Lily is innocence, fertility, purity, feminine energy, unconditional love. Lily was often described as the death flower as well. I'm not sure if that's the same in other countries, but here lilies were always associated with funerals. I think lilies are most beautiful flowers. Sunflowers and lilies I adore. Then we have lion, which is about courage, authority, strength, resilience, but also the flip side is cowardly. You know, if we think of the Wizard of Oz and the cowardly lion. So this, of course, is the strength card, but also the Wheel of Fortune, the World, King of Wands, Queen of Wands, and Two of Cups. Interesting that it's the Two of Cups, the true lovers of the tarot. We have here lizard. So lizard is about transformation, guardian, vitality, enlightenment. It's the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the King of Wands. We know where he appears there. This is going to be the moon card, isn't it? So we have the lobster. Celebration, protection, inner awareness, shedding, and rehoming. And this is where, you know, a penny drop moment for me, because it is the moon card. It's the only card represented. It just says the moon. You know, we often look at the crustacean or the crayfish or lobster, whatever we want to call it when we see, but how often do we actually think about, I wonder what that crayfish is actually representing? And I know we have books like the complete or the essential guide to the Rider-Waite-Smith, and it breaks down symbols, but this is a great way, you know, celebration, protection, inner awareness, shedding, rehoming. And the incantation is I am my best comfort and safety. I know what I want, I know what I need. And then we have the moon. And the moon is about intuition, remember? Often seen as feminine energy, with the sun being masculine energy, psychic abilities, emotions, and shadow. It is very shadowy. And this is the High Priestess, the Chariot, the moon, of course, 8 of Cups, 2 of Swords, and the Page of Swords. We have Mountain, which is journey, goals, consciousness, bridge, blend, lots. I mean, how many times does the mountain appear in the RWS Tarot? So it's the Fool, the Emperor, the Lovers, Strength, Judgment, Ace of Wands, 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, 7 of Wands, Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, 8 of Cups, Knight of Cups, 8 of Swords, 10 of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Here we have Ocean, And for the ocean, we have the water symbol here, which is great. And this is our emotions, the subconscious release, purification, and the flow of everything. I was going to say bridge, but it's pathway. But in the bridge, actually, in the book, it does actually say pathway, bridge, and arch. But on the card, it says pathway. Transition, bond, connection, a journey, forward movement. And this links to the Fool, you know, that journey of the Fool, Temperance, the Moon, Ace of Pentacles. And the bridge part is the Five of Cups, and the arch part is Three of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and Four of Wands. I like the way that that's broken down. Here we have our pillars. Again, appear a lot in the tarot. This is the veil, stability, a support. You know, the pillars are there to support a structure, duality, and merging. And the incantation is, I trust in the highest best for all. And it's the High Priestess. It's the Hierophant. Justice, if you think about the veil that goes across in the Justice card. The Moon, you know, the two pillars that the path leads through. And the Three of Pentacles. So, yeah. This is awesome. Polygram it. It's going to be the High Priestess. So abundance, creation, beauty, union, prosperity. I am an extension of the divine, and it is the High Priestess and the Empress, of course. Then we have the Ram, but we have the Emperor now. Yes. Okay. Passion, protection, procreation, leadership, and responsibility. The Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles. Here we have Rose, and Rose is promise, beauty, growth, romance, and connection. And the Rose, of course, the Fool, the Magician. Yes, of course, the Fool we see holding the white rose, the Magician above on that beautiful bough of roses. Strength, death, the white rose on the flag, Two of Wands. And here we have the Scale, which is about balance, of course, as you'd expect it to be. Moderation, prudence, thoughtfulness, and fairness. It is, of course, the Justice, but also the Six of Pentacles. You know, having to use that discernment. It was weighing the scales to see who to give to. So then we have the Ship, or in the book it says ship or boat. So this is passageway, adventure, exploration, emotions, and again, flow. So this is about, for the ship, it's about death, that transition. Three of Wands, it says Three of Wands twice. That must be a typo. So it says Three of Wands, Three of Wands, King of Cups, and the boat part, rather than the ship, is Six of Swords. You know, the little boat that goes from one shore to another, from rough waters to a calmer shore, that transition, that journey. Then we have the Snail, and this is about patience, persistence, pregnancy, fertility, limitless expansion. And there we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, yeah, of course. I would expect the Empress as well. We're talking about pregnancy and fertility, but the Snake here. So the snake is shedding away, isn't it? You know, the snake sheds his skin, you know, carries on moving, shedding, awakening, energy, life force, but also trickery. So when you think about the Serpent, so it's the Magician, the Lovers, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Seven of Cups. We have the Sphinx. This is going to be the Chariot, I would have thought. Chariot, and of course the Wheel of Fortune. And this is about tribute, elemental alchemy, ancient wisdom, and its protector. Then we have the Staff, power, manifestation, wisdom, travel, experience, protection and to evoke. And this is the Magician, the Emperor, the Chariot, the Hermit, of course, and the Eight of Cups. Star, and what a beautiful star. Guiding light, hope, passageway, destiny, mysticism. In the tarot, it's the Empress, the Chariot, and the Star. And then we have the Sun. So we do have the star, the moon, and the sun. And this is about vitality, radiance, life itself, renewal, and positivity. It's the Fool. You know, he's looking up, he's smelling the rose, he's looking up at the sun, or the sky in front of him. The sun is there in the sky. It's the Death card. Remember that glowing sun that's setting? Temperance, and of course the sun itself. Then we have the Sunflower, one of my favourite flowers, and this is lust, dependency, loyalty, positivity, and honesty. And this is the Sun card and the Queen of Wands. We have Tree, and interesting again, we have the Earth, because, you know, it's grounded, it's rooted, so earth, it's very earthy. And it says here, grounded, centered, offspring, divine earth connection. And wow, this is the Empress, who is Earth Mother, the Lovers, strength, the Star, 2, 4, 5, and 10 of Cups, 6, Page, Queen, and King of Swords, 9, Page, and Knight of Pentacles. And then we have Tulip, which is about unconditional love, nature, playfulness, happiness, and new beginnings. It's our Page of Cups. Wow, we have the Wolf with this beautiful moon in the background. So the Wolf is independence, protection, community, instincts, and shadow self. And it's the moon and the wheel. And then we have the Reef, which is our final card. And the Reef is unity, victory, immortality, honor, and good luck. And when you think about reefs, you know, we put them on the doors at Christmas and things like that, but it's often associated with death. But, you know, the reef makes that like a ring, eternal, you know, to represent that it's not the end, that things continue. It's the Fool, the World, the Six of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. I've got to say, I adore this. I really, really adore this deck. I think when I first opened it and saw the size, I was like, oh wow, that's really small. But the card stock is phenomenal. The artwork is so vibrant. Really, really vibrant. The images burst and pop. I mean, just look at the colours. I love that it's got these lovely bright colours set against this kind of sepia aged, because it reminds me of like the old sort of fortune telling aged deck. But it's just wonderful. I love that it's taken the symbols from the RWS. I think this will complement tarot readings, and just to give you that deeper insight, pretty much like the Moonlight Oracle that I showed last week. Jillian is such a talent anyway. It's just anything she produces is just phenomenal. So I feel very fortunate indeed to have this deck. I will treasure it. I will use it. Like I said, this is going to go straight into my rucksack and be with me. So let's see what we've got. We've got the tree. We've got the tree, which is very, you know, we've got the symbol of the earth. It is that connection. Trees give us life. They give us oxygen. But, you know, they also remind us the importance to be grounded, you know, and to sit there with your feet flat on the ground and connect with Gaia, connect with the earth, you know, and be still, be rooted, and just breathe, you know, breathing in the oxygen that the tree gives us, and just find that minute or two in each day, just to have that stability and that peacefulness and that calmness, and to ground and be centered. Just wonderful. Jillian, you've created, again, a masterpiece. I love it. Thank you so much for sending it to me. I will put information about it in the description below. Do check it out. Let me know your thoughts on this deck. It is not just another typical oracle. You've heard me say that I'm really scaling back on my oracles, and when Jillian reached out and said I've got this deck, I'd already seen Jennifer's walkthrough, and I knew it's one that I wanted and that I would use. So I think it's fantastic. Thank you for watching, everyone, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.